Skybound from 2017. The plane can't land for reasons. Does the movie crash and burn? Theme song.
Cartoons Reviews! Cartoons Reviews!
If you want to watch Skybound, check the links in the description below. So this movie is trying to be a disaster movie, like airplane disasters, and got elements of 2012, that movie, or Speed, but the premise is so bad, the logic is so bad, the acting's so bad, it's pretty entertaining. Right off, the movie poster for Skybound advertises that it has main actors from things like The Flash, and the main actress was in multiple things. But it turns out this is another vanity project that either they just paid these people a lot or they called in favors because the guy who wrote it and directed it is an architect. And this is the only movie he's ever had anything to do with. So, and as a writer, well, he makes a pretty good architect. All right, what's it about? Well, we have a group of people who are flying across country for like a little weekend getaway. And all of a sudden, the electronics and all the radios go off. And they have to keep flying because they go to the Chicago airport. There's all these planes in the sky. They're like, oh, it's so many planes, as if even if there were tons of planes in the sky that you would be able to see them like that. And they can't land there. So they have to decide to go to another airport. And then for other reasons, they decide they can't land. The premise is dumb, but if it was actually carried out well, it wouldn't be the worst thing. But what makes the movie so dumb? Well, there's a lot of things. Some of it's the details. For example, they're in a private jet and they can't land at Chicago. So their first thought is, let's fly to Kansas City. They're like, oh, well, all the other jets will try to be landing elsewhere because they think it's a localized thing. But you're a private jet. You can land, at a regional airport. You can land at a private airport. A local airport. Even the town I live in has a little airport. I'm sure you could land there. Or a highway. They also do my favorite thing. They say the title.
This plane stays skybound.
More than once.
Stay skybound. Stay skybound.
The characters are also dumb. There's a guy whose name's Odin. And they do this gag about him not knowing what the name means.
Odin. Isn't that the name of a god?
It is. It's the name of a powerful African god, actually.
No, I remember. Odin is a major god in Norse mythology. He's Swedish.
Okay, Lisa, you almost got me. Not bad, but please, don't make fun of that. No way. Now, I'm gonna Google that shit right now, man. It's not even funny.
So he's an adult and he's never heard of Odin before. So probably the stupidest thing is later on, they decide they have to lose some weight to conserve fuel so they can fly further for reasons. And first of all, they have a woman like, I'll do the math. And she's figuring that out, everything.
That one seems to stand for explosive force, which we know is about 7 times higher now. Tell me how much fuel is left. And do we have a map?
And they stand there and watch her. Then they rip out all the seats and throw them out. But first of all, I think having the window or the door open of the plane for that long would really hurt their fuel efficiency. I don't know. I'm no plane flying guy. So they strip out the seats. That's not enough. How do they know that? The flight computer tells them that. So why did they have to have this woman do the math? I mean, maybe to find out how far they could theoretically need to go to be safe, but they're ended up deciding they need to fly to Hawaii. So you don't really need super accurate measurements. And they also say, Oh, that the water will absorb, try to be a little vague in case you do want to watch it, the stuff, which, again, I'm no nuclear science guy. I don't know if there's any truth to that at all, but let's assume it is. So then you need to go on water because that's you don't have to go further away. You know how far away Hawaii is. You know how far you need to go. Why did you need to do the math? I don't know. So this leads to the worst, the funniest thing. They decide, planes can fly on one engine. So let's cut off one of the other engines because those are heavy. How does he do it? A hatchet? Now he says this is steel and the plane's made of aluminum. But I still don't think hanging off the side of a plane you'd be able to chop off enough for the engine to fly off. So we have two brothers that kind of own the plane. They're the pilot and co-pilot. And the younger brother, I think it's the younger one, had a previous relationship with the main woman. But now the other brother is going on a date with her. And even though they make it like this is the first time they've been out.
Well, it's been quite a first date, hasn't it, Lisa?
At one point, the older brother says to his brother, "We both love her, man."
I know you still love her, Kyle.
But I love her too.
It's the first time you've been out with her. You love her already? That's not, ew. So there are lots of other things. But Skybound is pretty amazing for its awesomeness. 3 thumbs up. Don't let the plane stop or land at a small airport. Was this all ad-libbed? And I noticed that I got some autocorrect on there that says ad-lived. That's not how you spell that. But you know how you spell entertainment. Like and subscribe.